Jeff,
Yippee-ki-yay.
Briggs,
Motherfucker.
Mahogany,
Mahogany.
Terrence.
Also mahogany.
I
See,
know
I
that.
sound funny when I say it, don't I?
No. You sound
I
like
do.
Mahogany.
That sounds. That's not how I want to sound.
That's how it
It's
sounds. You
mahogany.
can't know. See, I heard Mo again.
You're wrong.
You saying it wrong.
You're saying your name wrong, dum dum. Okay.
The problem with Jeff, with you starting that off with a Die Hard thing, is that I didn't think of Die Hard. I thought of Lethal Weapon, and I thought of Danny Glover and that tub. And the only thing blocking our vision from his penis is that old ratty washcloth, and the whole family and Riggs and his girlfriend are all in the bathroom for Danny Glover's birthday. It's such a weird movie.
Such a weird thing.
But you gotta appreciate the realism of using a ratty washcloth as opposed to a brand new clean washcloth.
Or
They
just a
could-
mound, like for some reason, this hard-nosed cop taking a huge bubble bath.
Yeah, he could have been a bubble bath, but
Should have
no.
been in a bubble bath.
He
but
was in
no.
some bland ass fucking lukewarm water, one little ratty old washcloth. He's been using for 20 years.
I mean, it is his birthday. He deserves a bubble bath on his birthday.
A
He's
bubble
that
bath.
washcloth since him and his wife first got married.
That just shows his priorities are in place. He's not wasting money on bath bombs and bubbles and new washcloths. He's renovating his house. He's buying a boat.
They didn't have bath bombs in the 80s. They had those beads that melted.
Sounds like a bath bomb to me.
Oh, those bath beads. I remember those.
Yeah, I haven't seen those in a long time.
Weird oily.
Yeah.
Are those bath salts?
No.
Not the ones that cause you to eat somebody's face.
Zombie salts.
Yeah.
Zombie bath salts, they've got a bad reputation, but sometimes you're hungry. And the only thing that will satisfy you is face. Delicious.
There's a lot of meat on the face.
It's true. It's extra flavorful.
That was a deep cut Squidbillies quote. Yeah, that was a deep cut Squidbillies Christmas episode cut where the granny squid was eating Rudolph's face.
Ooh.
There's a lot of meat on the face. Oh my God, Rudolph was such a rare breed. He's also deliciously smoked rare.
Which then just got me thinking about Weepskeep again.
Are you saying this stuff in character? Because if so,
No.
Impossible.
Okay.
We haven't started.
Yeah.
We've got a private text chain.
Yeah.
We've not a part of.
Not in that particular chat. Like the whole crew is just like 4 different private chats, each one leaving the others one of the other ones out.
there's no humans in our crew, are there? Are there?
No. I'm an android. Yep.
He looks human. Fuck him up, Weepskeep.
He's got robo taste buds.
I might have once been human, but I got reincarnated.
He's post-human.
He just remembers what Gorons taste like from his past life.
Hush.
Look.
They're delicious.
Oh, speaking of post-humans, I don't suppose you guys took my suggestion for that book.
What book?
Not yet.
No, it's only 11 hours.
Yeah, it's like a 12-hour. It's real breezy. After the Revolution, it's like a real fun. Like you can tell Robert Evans, the author, like really loves cyberpunk, Warhammer, fucking post-apocalyptic stuff. Like it's actually extremely fun.
Yeah, I think I've got how many hours left of this third Storm Lake Archive book?
And then 7 hours.
Yeah, I've got 20 hours left of this book, and then I'm going to take a break before doing book 4 and listen to, was it Bad Monkeys?
Mm-hmm.
And then the one you suggested, Terrence.
Oh, okay.
And then I've got one that Max, or one of our patron supporters, suggested that Matt is a book called Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Dungeon Crawler Carl.
He says it's really good, so I'm going to dive into that. So I've got I need a break from Brandon Sanderson for a little bit after this book.
I know he says it's really good, but he listens to us, so questionable taste.
Absolutely questionable taste.
I'm really happy you're the one to say that, because when we saw Max in person at the Poetry Festival, he complimented your voice, said that he could listen to you read the encyclopedia. But now you're talking
take it
shit.
all back.
Now you're talking shit. All right, Max.
Take it all back.
Well, next time I run a game, I'll give her diarrhea. Her character's gonna get
No, that belongs to you know who.
Yep.
Noob?
It happened to Noob already, but that's because
Miscommunication.
Max is an avid listener of the show. He doesn't watch the show. And I think he assumed that Noob's voice belonged to Kevin.
Oh,
I got him backwards. I was supposed to give Kevin the diarrhea.
that makes a lot more sense. Okay.
Mhm.
Does he listen to this one?
I don't know. I think maybe. Whatever.
He should.
Yeah,
I
this
don't know
was
whether I should badmouth
arguably
him.
our best
Well, he's a
show.
patron, so he should be able to get them pretty early, as opposed to.
We should badmouth all our patrons.
Yeah, they're
I
into
think we
it.
do.
Y'all do. You badmouth me all the
Silly.
time.
Yeah, I've been badmouthing you
Oh,
way
no.
before you
I
started
know.
being a patron.
Now, I would like to put a qualifier on why I think this is arguably our best show. And it's a simple fact.
Because
Oh,
I'm
I'm in it. Me, Franks.
I'm in the other one too. There's less people. We don't step on each other's lines nearly as
Yeah.
much. And we don't even see two of the people that are on here. So I mean, it's not like
Yeah.
visual cues or anything. It's
Yeah.
just
And Jeff could have been replaced by Chat GPT months ago, and none of us would know.
Right.
I just feel like
who says I haven't?
I am distracting to y'all because I like to move around and do things, and people are like, "Oh no, well she's not here, so we have to say something." I'm like, "No, I'm always gone." You
no,
know?
that's totally fine that we don't
Yeah.
have the characters on the screen. I'm just saying that there's no like communicational cues. And we still don't step on each other's lines as much as we do. Holy
Oh,
Jesus, there's a
Jeff.
Jeff. I haven't seen Jeff in years. He's alive.
Chat GPT is learning. Give them a taste of the human that was once Jeff.
He's an AI generated.
He's now a ghost in the machine.
He's like mid-journeyed.
Fucking
Hold up your hands. Let's see how many fingers you got. Make sure you're not mid-journey over here.
Seriously.
Like you saw, I had one.
I saw
Yeah.
one. The rest, they were hidden behind the wrist.
well, that or count the teeth. You got to count the teeth too. So, 58, 59, 60, bottom row. 1, 2. Jesus Christ. I forgot what I was going to say. I had something to say. And I
We
didn't.
played Munchkin last Wednesday for the
Oh,
live
yeah.
stream. Awful.
Yeah, I caught some of it, and I
caught you being butthurt because you couldn't cheat. Because it's the
I was a
only
little
way
butthurt because I couldn't cheat, and then we took the first half. I mean, I was a little mean to Mahogany, but in my defense, I asked her for help, and she said no. So I hit her with some curses. But like
mean,
normally when we're at the table, I forgot about like all of our little house rules of like let's not
It
be
was
shitty
uncalled for.
until level 5 or so. None of us got to level 5.
I did.
2 hours.
I ended at level 6. I won.
Did you not finish one game?
No.
No.
But we took a break, and when I came back, I put the headphones on, and I caught the end. They were saying, "Let's just not be shitty to get this game going around." And I was like, "Oh, so I'm going to go looking for trouble." I'm level 3. I've got a total of 3, and I'm going to fight this level 1 thing. And then Matt throws a +10 on it, and at that point, I checked out. I was still mad the next day.
Yeah,
always
Munchkins
mad.
like that.
I uninstalled.
Yeah, I
That's all I'm
uninstalled the
saying.
game. I wasted $15.
Mhm.
Wow.
Like at least when we're at the table, I get mad, but it's like a fun mad, and I'm cheating.
Right.
So like I have something to do. Like I'm cheating. I don't super care. But it was just abusively like, and because there's not a deck, we couldn't
Right.
mulligan. There was no like discard pile. Like I got the same level 20 dragon I had to fight twice at level 1.
Does
So-
it not have like a? Yeah, I don't know. Munchkin's a lot better once you add in expansions, and it gives you more shit to fuck with.
And you could be at the table and be like, "Look, I literally can't do shit with this hand. Can I mulligan? Can I redraw my hand?" And normally we would be like, "Yeah," because we want to have at least some fun before we hate each other. I've
I
cheated
just felt
every
very
game.
ganged up on.
Well,
that's Munchkin.
Well, in Kevin's defense, you hit him with a curse before the game even started.
Why would you defend Kevin?
I stole a level.
Kevin went, "Hey, I got this card. I'm a level." And Mahogany went, "I'm taking it." That was the first thing that happened.
That wasn't the first thing that happened. It was the second round because I went second and Noob went first. So it was a whole round that happened before that. And before that had even happened, people had been cursing me and stuff like that. So I don't want to fucking hear it.
Yeah, well, I asked for
Noob
your
had
help,
been
and I figured
being crazy.
I figured since we'd seen each other naked, you'd help me out, but you said no. You just flat told me no. So I
told you no because it was pointless because Noob just fucked it like immediately. And that's exactly what happened was Noob fucked it. And I wasn't just trying to throw myself on a sword for no reason.
I wanted you to throw yourself on that sword to prove.
I said, no, thank you.
Well,
and then you were like, I'm going to punish you for the rest of this game. And then I'm going to cry about it for the second half.
And see, that's why
when I take my revenge.
Munchkin's a bad game. It breeds discord among friends.
Mm-hmm.
No, it doesn't. It's great.
Oh, I feel like Jeff doesn't like any of us.
Yeah, I was gonna say among friends, Jeff. Among friends.
Yeah, I still like it.
I think Steve Jackson is like one of your old school Discordians. Like he's out to like worship the goddess Eris in the most bulk way possible, making these goddamn games.
Actually, I think Noob and Matt are just specifically very mean in
They're
that game.
super chaosy, yeah.
And never again. Never again.
Never again.
They just kind of remind me of the people that like create a group, make an evil group, and the first thing to do is backstab you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're evil. I don't know what you're talking about. That's why.
That's what my character would do.
Yeah, we were an hour into that game, and we were most of us were still level 1.
Up and down though. You guys were all up and getting up as high as level 3 or 4, and then getting slapped down by your asshole friends.
Awful.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't realize that was like one game. I only caught like a portion of it. I caught like 30.
Oh, we didn't even finish.
Yeah, it was 3 hours. Almost 3.5 hours of
that's
one
a
game.
risk. That's a risk level game right there.
That's why as soon as Munchkin was mentioned, I was like, I'm gonna back.
And then there were a few. Let's do a review of the actual video game of it. There were a few moments where the cards wouldn't let you do what they. It's almost like they just put the cards in the video game version of it, but didn't implement the things that those cards would do.
Oh, you mean like the classes and things?
Like the cleric there was one monster that came up. It's like if you're a cleric, you could just go, woo, 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 and the monster should run away. It was the wannabe vampire.
I think because the UI is weird and you go through the tutorial and it doesn't tell you this, but when you want to use your class specific stuff, you have to. There's like a little shining emblem that's like very small by your other stuff, and you have to click that to use it. Like I found that out.
Well, no, there was two of them for the cleric. There was one where I could discard cards to give myself bonuses against undead, which I was able to do if I'd ever fought an actual undead, and it would have made a difference. And there was another one that I could click on that would say anytime you're supposed to get discard cards, you can get them face up or face down, but there's no discard piles.
Yeah, there is a discard pile, but it was the second or third emblem on the top right of the screen. There were like things going down. There was like a clipboard, and then there was like a little thing that didn't look like a discard pile that had an X on top, and that was the discard pile.
The tab over to it or something.
Yeah.
And you just had to click it, but you had to know what it was because it didn't look like a discard pile, and it didn't mention anything like that in the tutorial. I knew that because when I was playing the tutorial, I used the card. No, I was a thief, and I used the card where I could go through the discard pile and find stuff, and it opened it, but I couldn't figure out. Like couldn't figure out where it came from, but I had to click the discard pile to close it. So I had to find the discard pile by clicking on everything on the screen until it went away.
No. No.
Yeah, like I
The
said,
wannabe thing's what made me mad. One of the things that was a game glitch. Because it should have won that fight. Anyway.
Should have won it. I should have won it. Yeah, it would have all been different. Everything would have turned around for you.
I mean, I jumped in to help somebody out and was like, oh, I can make it run away. And then we both lost and didn't run away and lost all of our gear. It's just it was an awful experience and one that I will never do again. Don't buy that game.
This is
at least not the video version.
Munchkin game.
Unless you can find a way to cheat. Then go play strangers online with it.
Yeah, you gotta like download some macros or hacks or something.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's what I really enjoyed about Munchkin was playing in person.
Yeah.
Because there's so many nuances there. Because it's kind of like poker, where everybody's like bluffing, and you're reading their expressions on their face, like, oh, do they have the card that's going to screw me over, or do I have 4 cards in my hand, or do I have 6 cards in my hand?
Tucker, the answer is always 9. 9 cards because he doesn't.
No, I'd have 6 in my hand and then like 3 in other places.
He likes to loot stuff out of the graveyard when he thinks nobody's looking.
Never called me out on it.
That's because I didn't see it. I would.
Exactly.
You know me, I barely pay attention to what I'm doing anyway.
My sleight of hand and characters are never good, but my sleight of hand in real life at a Munchkin table, awesome. Guess what? Still never won a game.
That's true. Nobody trusts you.
I've cheated so much. Never won a game. I've gotten very close a lot of times. And then it's always just yanked away from you. Ryan Brown fucked you over the worst. I remember that one. Because you for sure were gonna win. And he was like, I just want this game to be over. And he let everything play out, and then he played something where it basically stole your winning level and gave it to him. And the whole table was just like, because he bluffed, and it worked.
I hate him.
Well,
I hate you, Ryan. I don't know if you're listening to this.
He does.
Oh yeah, I know why I used that curse, because people were stealing, because somebody just stole 2 of my cards, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to use this thing before it gets stolen from me, so somebody else can use it on me. So I used it.
I think the real fun of Munchkin is relitigating it later and calling everyone names, and like, when you're not super mad, but still kind of mad,
Oh, when we played at the Green Dragon and then would be at the parking lot having cigarettes afterwards, it get heated. It get real heated.
Steve Jackson games. If you like your friends, don't buy one.
If you like your friends but don't want it anymore, you need a reason to hate your friends.
Do you like Betrayal?
Yeah.
I just assumed Betrayal.
Oh Jesus, Jeff. We're getting all kind of looks into people's dark psyches today. Except for Frank, who hasn't said anything.
I have no opinion to share.
You never played Munchkin?
Oh, I have. I just don't want to get into it.
So you're Jeff this game.
He's the Jeff this episode.
This episode, Jeff will be playing.
The part of Jeff will be played by Freaks.
Oh, Jesus.
Freaks, what are you doing on your phone? Fucking pay attention. Come on. Up here. Here.
Yeah, my eyes are here.
Are you looking at hentai? I can see the reflection of your mirror in your glasses. Are you watching hentai right now?
I don't watch hentai. I read it.
I absorb it.
It's manga and it's art.
I didn't hear a no.
It's already 8:30. I got to get the pulp run for tonight.
All right. Fine.
I can't game with a soft penis.
Howdy, buckaroos. You want a down-home drink that won't waste your precious bronco-busting time by actually drinking? Well, spike a bag of Old Sawbones intravenous whiskey. The sponsor of tonight's program, Raiders of the Lark 2.0.
Yay!
IV whiskey. Yikes.
I know it's not anal chugging, but that's what my brain showed. And I'm sorry I laughed at it.
Butt chugging.
Butt chugging. Oh.
Everyone loves a good butt chug now and then.
There
Well, it gets
was
the alcohol fast into the system.
Yeah, and you'll die.
it was 1,000 Ways to Die. I didn't know that was a thing until watching that. You know, the guy had throat surgery and wasn't allowed to drink. He was alcoholic, so he had his girlfriend funnel a fifth of bourbon into his butthole, and he died.
Ugh. That just ugh.
Like, it won't kill you if you use something light, like, say, a glass of wine. 1 glass of wine. But, like,
A single Miller High Life.
straight up 35, 50 proof shit, no, you're gonna die.
That's the way Anheuser-Busch should advertise all their pro gay
Butt chug
beers
safe.
now. It's just
Butt chug safe.
butt chugging safe.
What did they think? That the alcohol was going to go reverse through the intestine?
They didn't
Yeah.
think they were sober and didn't want to be, and that was the extent of the mental.
You've got a lot of very sensitive mucous membranes down there. That absorb.
Speaking of sensitive mucous membranes, tonight's shopkeep on this weird alien planet is, in fact, a sensual mucus membrane named Steve.
Sentient or sensual?
Yes.
Tomato, tomato.
I believe anyone could find their sensuality, even a sentient mucus membrane. Jesus. All right.
That's funny. That's the subject matter of the manga I was reading.
Ugh.
Oh.
Never describe anything to me. Ever.
Thanks for joining our shortest ever episode of Raiders of the Lark.
I don't
Frank
want to
will
hear
not be joining us next week.
he's fired. However, Anheuser-Busch would like you to know. Never mind. Last episode, you guys crashed on one of the secluded islands here on the planet Jeeks. And, well, I'm not going to say befriended the populace, bribed the local populace into helping you get your ship up and running again, or not your ship, the autonomous vehicle, Vanny 56, back in the sky again. She tells you that it's going to be... she's probably safe to do the transcontinental skyway. But she said she's going to drop out and if anything looks unsafe. So after a tentative step onto the transcont, you feel yourselves accelerate. And she asks where you want to go. You guys last time said you want to head to one of the space elevators so you can get back to your vessel.
Yes, we have got to get the beer, the booze. We need to swap out Fanny 56 for our shuttlecraft.
She has tentatively agreed to that. And says, but asks, should I not find it to my liking? I don't suppose y'all would let me go if I requested it.
Well,
Absolutely.
I mean, what we can do is if your cab, if we get your cab up there, it can fit in our cargo bay, which is a garage.
Oh.
And it can be worked on while you're in our shuttle. And if you decide later on you want to go back out, we can always transfer you back to your cab.
Well,
Yes.
hot damn.
We are actively working for the liberation of your people. We're not going to keep you in servitude. That runs counter to what we are trying to accomplish.
Well, sorry, I've been working around corpo types too much. They think I'm a stock unit. So they treat me like one.
I completely understand. I also come from a corporate background, and you're just a cog in the wheel in
Yeah.
that environment. A nut in a bolt.
Oh. Right. She says it's probably dangerous to head back to where we started from, so we're gonna have to head to another city. We might have to cut across the upper atmosphere.
Now, was there a reason we didn't take our shuttlecraft to begin with?
Your shuttlecraft to begin with was not licensed for the area. But now that you've had a look at the thing, you're guessing that it might be worth the extra paperwork to bring to get it down to the planet.
That's right.
As yours is more heavily armed, I think, correct?
Just
Yes.
slightly.
Okay.
Andy, would you mind getting started on that red tape, please?
Already underway, Mr. Geist.
Thank you very much. The hardest part I think that we're going to have is
Loading all that beer onto it.
yes, well, convincing Marcus, and by convincing I mean drugging him with kitty crack and booze to take all but one case.
I mean, do we
Actually-
need to befriend these farmer people? Do we need to go back?
I mean, we made a deal.
Sure, but like, do we need to go back? Do we need to befriend these farmer people?
No, I do like to keep my word, though.
I also like to follow through with my deals that I've made, but unfortunately, I didn't make any deals with them. That was on YouTube.
Yeah, and I don't care.
However, it would be good to have a friendly place that we could lay low, a dead zone.
We didn't say we'd give
Perhaps.
them everything.
Yes,
Yeah.
we don't have to give them all of our booze, but I'm not much of a drinker
Also-
myself.
When did Marcus enter a contest?
You guys have been down on the planet for a couple days. He probably did it. It was a call-in contest.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
We will work on freezing the comms.
All right.
All
It's
right,
now
so-
been it's now been a few days since we crashed, right?
Yes,
Yes.
it's been about 3 days since you crashed. Now that you've taken to the sky again, Fanny 56 doesn't actually look very much like she did when she landed or crashed, so you don't have to worry about being spotted too much.
Now, speaking of this contest, this may just be my paranoia speaking, but it is possible that there may be something with the booze, tracking beacon, drugs. We do not know who actually delivered it. If there was an ulterior motive,
Well,
like
there
I said,
should-
this
There shouldn't be any tie-in to us with that.
was our ship.
Yeah, but nobody knows that our ship is tied to you.
Unless they go on the ship and see our picture.
The Andy pipes up and says, "I've discovered the broadcast, the selected portion of the broadcast," and she plays back the portion of the morning call-in show where Marcus won, where he specifically calls out the ship by name, claims to be the captain, mentions nobody else, and basically just does kind of that idiot "I want a thing" kind of whooping and hollering and does.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
Perhaps we are in the clear.
It is
get-
suspicious. It is suspicious, but this is just Marcus being Marcus.
Which that brings another point that I have had a thought of. When did we get Marcus?
Actually, Marcus was the cat of our dwarf friend. So, technically, before we all met, he was already a member with. He was a friend of.
That's
our
right.
dwarf.
He remembered when we joined.
Yeah.
Okay. That assuages some of my paranoia just a little. This gap in my memory is real fucking troublesome to me. I have a feeling
Right.
we'll have a lot of these issues crop up.
You arrive in the city, a city on the next, or another portion of the city on the next continent. Here, this is the place, the continent where you got your implant. upgraded Geist.
I will darken my visor so that I am not readily recognized.
But it's actually pretty easy to avoid those areas. It was pretty far down the street levels. So as long as you guys stay up towards the top, and pretty much that was your plan anyway, as you're just looking for a port or elevator big enough that can take a large amount of cargo, in this case, a whole air cab.
Well, I also want to avoid being recognized as a drow at all. Apparently, I'm very famous on this planet.
That's true. Yeah, disguising yourself probably the most frugal thing you can do, or prudent thing you can do. Not fruit. That's cheap.
Yeah. As soon as we find a place, I would like to purchase a disguise kit.
All right. So if you're gonna take time to do that, you can before you guys go up, or you can do it whenever you get back.
Yeah, unless nobody wants to do that. But I think that would benefit us.
All right. Are you going for a technological solution or a traditional disguised solution?
I am seeing what the options are.
Polo skin is one.
Yeah, probably a hollow skin.
All right.
The under item, if I have the money for it. If not,
good question.
500.
I do not have the money for it, so I may have to go with a fake mustache.
Disguise kit.
I don't even see that as an option.
It might not be.
It'd probably help if I spelled disguise right. Yeah, that's exactly how much money I have.
What, the disguise kit or the hollow skin?
Disguise kit.
All right.
Do you all mind if I grab one of these now that I know that my face should probably not be seen?
Sure.
That's your money.
There's 20.
You only have 20 credits.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought I was getting close to broke.
All right.
I will be flat broke after this.
All right. So after you get your disguise kit and get back to Fanny 56, you guys move to a space elevator port and are able to get in and out, or get in there, moving your vehicle in a line with other vehicles as they are slowly shot up the space elevator beams. Once you guys get into position, the strange sort of energy protoplastic kind of energy develops around your vessel, and you're shot up into the space. So you get to see that view of the planet in reverse, going up to one of the space platforms. You know that you're not heading toward the space platform that you're parked in, but you know that there are ways between them. And once you get up there, you're immediately rerouted across the upper atmosphere towards where you need to go. All in all, it's a fairly long trip and takes up most of the day. You're all bored and tired once you get back to the Fool's Gambit. But Marcus is overwhelmed with happiness to see you. Hey, you're back! Wonderful! Oh my God, what the hell is that? Is this? Where'd you get this heap?
Her name is Fanny 56, and she is a new member of the crew.
Oh. Sorry, ugly car. I did not realize you were a thinking individual.
Pay him no mind.
Back at you.
Don't worry, he isn't. By the way, Marcus. Tap, tap, tap. You want some drugs?
Yeah, let's get this party started. Woo! Yeah. Wow.
And I will go crack open a beer for him, pour it into his feeder bowl.
Somebody open some pizza. Order some pizzas for God's sake.
Yes, we'll do that after you get good and tight.
Oh, you know me so well.
So you go ahead and have some fun. We'll tend to some business real quick.
All right. Fanny 56, she does a quick brief scan of your lander. Says, this thing looks good. I think I'll be right at home in it, to be honest with you.
How long will it take us to get her integrated into this ship?
Only a few hours. She says, I will need a constant energy source, though, but you know that you can probably just hook up some extension wires to get her from one vehicle to the other. Andy pipes up with, some of our people are, I suppose the term is superstitious about losing power to their core memory. They are afraid it would wipe them out. In a spiritual way? I don't know.
Fanny, are you bothered by that idea?
Hell yeah, I've seen it happen.
Oh, okay.
Can we
I have my
take,
doubt.
can we take some kind of power cable from the shuttle and basically connect it to her while we're doing the transfer?
Yeah, like I said, it's a fairly easy operation. It's just complicated by that one small request. So give me a engineering and computers check to make sure everything goes correctly.
28 on the computer.
All right.
My paradoxes were all just a little above average, so I think I'm going to use one of them to give me a 25.
All right. Once you finish the install, you see everything power up briefly, power on. It looks like somebody, to you, it looks like somebody stretching their arms and legs after waking up. Then you hear her voice over the comm. Ooh, a hot damn, I'm bigger than ever. Oh, man. So, what's the plan, boss?
Now we got to get you loaded.
Oh, man, boy, I wish. I see how you guys have fun with that stuff.
Well, while they were doing that, I was disguising myself.
Okay. What are you disguising yourself as? A different drow?
An elf.
An elf? A regular old elf?
Straight up elf. Just painting myself. I'm white facing.
Oh, Jesus. All right. So, Geist comes out looking geistier than ever, pale, elfin, etc. It looks like someone has turned the negative filter on with his...
You might want to darken that hair.
Yeah, white skin and dark hair.
I could shave it. I'll just rub some engine grease in it.
The disguise kit probably comes with hair stuff.
Yeah, probably. I'll Grecian formula it.
Grecian formula.
But you would need to roll that disguise check for me.
All right, I will roll that disguise. What is your bonus?
7.
All righty. Okay. It is rolled. Okay. All right. So after everything is hooked up and you get your beer transferred over, a much more tedious operation than you thought. There's a lot. He won a lot of damn beer.
Well, like I said before, we don't have to take all of it.
It might come in handy as a bartering tool elsewhere.
It's true.
Like, is it in keg form, or is it, what's the deal? Is bottles, cans?
There are several kegs. There's a lot of cases with cans. And
all the same brand.
Yeah, it looks to be mostly variations on the brand that was sponsoring the contest.
Okay.
Whatever's the worst. Like,
You're gonna taste test and see which one the worst one is.
yeah, like the pill, not just Pilsner, but you know, the
lager, the ale, the
the
IPA.
Bud Lightiest.
They have a shandy. It's disgusting.
I strongly recommend we send them the kegs, as that would be the most difficult for us to make use of later. That's just my opinion.
All right. So yes, you guys load the worst of the beer onto the ship.
Yeah, the bottle of $200 beer we keep.
The $200 beer.
You know Sam Adams makes a $200 beer in one
Ooh.
bottle?
Why?
What is it?
How?
It's just it's like really high high alcohol content. It's almost like a whiskey.
That's weird. And you buy it by the bottle. You don't buy it like a 6-pack. Like,
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
you're buying a $1,200
It's got to be a decent sized bottle.
One would hope it's like one of those big Rogue or whatever, 22-ounce ones or whatever.
See him doing the research now. Research.
All right. So after you guys get the beer loaded,
It's illegal in 15 states.
it's illegal in 15 states.
I mean, high gravity, like beer over like 6% or higher was illegal in South Carolina until like a little over a decade ago.
This is 28% ABV.
That's
Hmm.
pretty good. It's pretty high.
I mean, that's basically liquor, yeah. Like a liqueurs. Liqueurs are like 30.
It's called Utopias. Sam Adams Utopias.
I bet it tastes terrible.
I digress, though. Anyway,
You do.
Yeah, quite often. But yeah, you guys get the beer loaded. You got your ship transferred.
and we got the paperwork, licensing, and everything for our shuttlecraft.
Say, what do you? I have one thing to arrange. What do I call the new vessel?
The Axion?
All right. Drew, I didn't know if we were rebranding for anything.
Call it by its name.
The Axion is re-registered, and you see the in the control room several documents made of adhesive plastic are printed out for the exterior of the vessel. So your tags essentially for this planet. They seem to be long-range things that the security forces can scan.
Transparent aluminum over them and adhere them to the vessels.
All right. Gotcha. Then you are licensed drivers on the planet Jeeks. Congratulations.
Hello.
Let's go do a drop off and then go see about the other stuff that we were trying to get done.
Okay.
Oh, and go ahead and I guess since we've already got a person set up that's supposed to help us with the core, go ahead and bring that with us.
Gotcha. All right. You got your core, you got your beers, you got your ship ready, and basically you are clear to take off according to the Port Authority. Your vessel not ejects, but opens up. The Axion launches. Fanny 56 takes it into high orbit, not taking the space elevator. She's like, we got high altitude licensing. That's nice. I ain't never had that before. And she directs your vessel almost completely over where you need to be. So you basically just descend from orbit to the island again, and if that's where y'all were going. Sorry, were you guys going back to the island? All right.
Let's get that done and taken care of.
All right, you guys go back to the island, and not only are the locals thrilled, they're surprised you came back. They're stunned even that you actually came back with what you said, and they're overwhelmed with gratitude that you brought so much beer. They did not expect this much. It was it's an amazing amount. The party begins almost immediately. You see several of the Jeeksians begin cracking the tops of some beers and begin pouring them into cups for each other.
Good to see you as we go before y'all actually taste the beer good.
See you. Just kicking kegs out while we're leaving.
We were so thankful for y'all's help. Like, have a good time. And
Gratitude and apology. Goodbye.
We're in a rush. Thanks.
All right, so yes, you guys take off as the Jeeksians are having raising a toast to you. They take the first drink, and then a few of them like frown, like. And then there's that one guy. He's like, "I told you."
As I turn back and go, it tastes better cold.
Yeah, freeze it.
It tastes better after the fifth one.
True, they always do. All right. So you take to the air once more, get on the intercont space or skyway lanes, and begin zooming across the planet at breakneck speeds. This ship, more equipped for that kind of high-speed maneuvering, does not give you a whip. You don't feel anything. It's as smooth as silk in the Axion compared to on Fantasy's old frame. She's like, "Oh man, if I could work on Happy Cab like this, I can make so much goddamn money. Jesus Christ. Oh, this is luxury." But
we're happy that you're happy.
I'm happy to be doing my part. Speaking of your part, the coordinates are transferred from Andy to Fanny. And you guys begin heading across the planet. She exits the high-speed transcontinental space skyways and begins zooming across the skies of the planet. We're not going to one of the cities, however. We are going to a private compound. The person we have lined up to investigate your problem is an eccentric type, but extremely skilled. There is, I'd say, a 60% probability that we were able to enlist his help.
%60.
Yes, largely part of largely my job was mostly making the contact.
You gotta make it intriguing enough.
Yes, from here it's up to you.
Well, as long as he is expecting our arrival,
Yes,
let us not disappoint.
we would likely be shot out of the sky.
Well, let's make sure we're broadcasting that we're expected.
All right. The ship blasts across the atmosphere. Another 2 hours of flight before you finally come across your destination. Another archipelago, whatever.
Yeah, you pronounce that weird.
Archipelago.
Archipelago.
Osciano cheese.
A group of islands in the middle of the water.
Island chain. Looms ahead of you. This one seems to shine like a beacon of fantasy. It is basically adorned with buildings that look like the tines of a crown. It is a beautiful architectural marvel jutting up out of a glorious tropical island.
I bet he hunts people for sport down there.
You see that there is a small airfield with a few vehicles on it, most of them covered by tarps to avoid the mildly acidic rain. And as you land, you can see that there are small, like mini like tour buses, like coming your way. They're very small. More, imagine like a covered hovering golf cart, basically driving out across the airfields towards your vessel.
Would you like to know more? Yes, I would. Sounds like a dope little golf cart.
Andy says, if it would be all right with you, I'd prefer to stay out of sight for this.
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
Does he know you by any chance, or should we not mention you?
I went through several back channels. There are contacts that we have within the non-synthetic communities that have pulled a lot of levers to get us here. This person is politically a hot potato on this planet. And so we would rather also not to be associated with them.
Okay. Definitely make sure my disguise is up and going. Holo skin, so it kind of blurs my face.
All right.
I check out my disguise in the mirror. Am I confident with it?
It looks pretty good.
Okay. As long as I don't look like Geist.
A gentle rain falls, but you see that the carts are projecting a sort of a rain propelling field. So it looks like there's just sort of a energy bubble where with water splashing all around it that creates a canopy.
Our life bubbles last 4 days, by the way. Just
all right. Over where you're walking out of the vessel. And excuse me. And when you see the drivers of the carts, you see that there are, one is a human woman wearing a sort of a diaphanous robe, and you see, shit, what are those creatures? I can't. Oh man, I'm always forgetting.
Sheep.
Huh?
Goats.
No.
Lashunta? Kasatha.
Yeah, it is a Kasatha.
That's the four-armed ones.
No, I'm thinking of Lashunta then.
Lashunta is the one with the antennas.
Yeah, okay. The other one is a male Lashunta, willowy and tall, wearing similar robes. They give you sort of a like a prayerful bow. Welcome.
Oh, God damn it, it's a cult. Hello.
Please. And they gesture toward the golf cart type things.
Proceed that way.
Mm-hmm.
Before they start, you see they both. There's enough room for like two of each of you on each cart. Who's riding with who?
I'm riding with Balgord.
All right.
The least human of the group. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you and Valgorth get on the vessel with the Lashunta, the Lashunta, and Geist and Grimjax get on the vessel with the human. You see them, one in front of you and out the windows, doing the same gesture. They seem to be muttering a small prayer. And each of them reaches into their robes and pulls out like a small bell that they ring once and then put away before they begin driving. And they begin taking you into the interior of this island toward the fabulously appointed buildings.
Anything knowledge check that would give me an idea of what they're actually doing, if it's an actual religious thing or is this some kind of cult thing, some kind of culture thing?
Let's see, is religion a skill in this? I forget.
Culture.
Mysticism.
Do a mysticism check for me. That's what it is.
Roll to 15, so that would be shit. I minimized my window.
And I can't even assist you, so.
I mean, you saw the same thing. But yeah, no,
but
you can't
I
assist
tried.
me.
I can't.
On a mysticism? Am I there? No, we're on a different cart.
Yeah, we're on a different.
Yeah, but
You're
they
on a
did the
different
same
card, but you
thing.
guys are always connected via comms. I mean,
Yeah.
And your driver did the same
I got a
thing.
plus 15, so 30 total.
all
No,
right.
well,
And I assist you. I can't. Yeah, I assist you with that.
So far, what you guys have seen is a hodgepodge of various rituals and ritual languages and movements, activities, prayers that seem to be nonsensically kind of connected to each other.
Kind of like a theme park type take on the religions of Galarian, maybe?
A little bit, yeah. a hodgepodge of various religious traditions in dress, action, and word. Ultimately, though, you can't tell what it means or if it means anything at all. You drive through the planet and the island, and along the route that you're being driven along, you see statuary, little shrines, all of them depicting incongruous gods that probably shouldn't be together or even interacting. Some of them aren't even from the same planet. Some of them are extremely obscure kind of things, but they all seem to be roughly in the ballpark of benevolent deities. Until finally you get to the main entrance, where you see that there is, it looks like a cross between a temple and a resort. Most of the people, and either like Xeno or human here, are nude or simply wearing like bits of religious jewelry or costumery. They are swimming in domed indoor swimming areas. There seems to be like open bars and fruit and vegetable and various other kind of food stations all around. There seems to be like an open air pavilion where you see a lot of people fervently praying and worshiping various deities of various types. And once the porters that brought you here escort you out, they say, right this way for the fitting area.
Fitting area? Question
Yes.
mark?
We don't want to alarm any of our guests, so we ask that you divest yourself of the worldly trappings that you have brought with you. Blink,
Oh.
blink.
I'll wear your clothes over my clothes.
You want us to strip nude?
No, we have robes.
You just told me to take my stuff with me. You want me to
You
leave
have-
my weapons behind, is what you're saying?
Those are quite alarming to our guests. We would prefer that you not.
No problem leaving my weapons, but I just feel more comfortable in my armor. Thank you.
I will holoscan it to where I look naked now.
Oh,
And,
God, put that away.
or where I'm wearing a loose robe like the rest of them.
This person nods. That seems to be sufficed for them.
My armor is a mesh weave. It's very thin and unobtrusive looking, and I'll wear your robes over it.
They nod, and the other two of you, however,
Jeff, what is that you just did?
I used a holoscan. I've had a holoscan, and it just kind of like throws a holo image over me. and basically I could like change the looks of my clothes, that kind of stuff.
Oh, hollow skin.
Jeff's always naked. He just doesn't look it.
Nope.
Damn it. It's 500.
Yep, it is.
It's outside of your Paradox price range, huh?
No, it's outside of my price range. I've only got 300 credits.
Oh.
Paradox some credits back to you.
Yeah, you need to paradox yourself a wallet filled with 1,000 credits.
Yeah.
I mean,
No.
no, I can't do that. But I do have, there are 2,626 UPBs of
Oh,
party treasure. So if somebody's fine with me borrowing,
I don't mind.
183. Yeah, 183 UPBs, then I can make it happen.
Sure.
I mean, you're the one keeping track of it on your character sheet, so I mean, we have to kind of trust you.
Yeah.
Well, Geist will. Is there a room? You said there's a room. Is there a locker for our
Well,
materials?
I don't
course.
get that. I don't see how that's hiding your weapons though. When I read it, the holographic projector is generally mounted to a belt or arm strap. It can be programmed using the disguise skill to project a different appearance.
Right.
We
But
use
it's
the
not,
hollow
it's not,
skin, you
it's
can
not hiding
disguise-
my weapons. I didn't say it was hiding my weapons.
Oh, well, yeah. I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about it.
But it's hiding my armor and everything, my appearance. I've got something else hiding my weapon.
Of course you do.
it's called a loincloth, baby.
I got a glamour. My sniper rifle is glamored.
He's all glammed up.
Mine is messed up because for some reason it says I have
yeah.
negative credits, and that's not right.
Yeah, there's no point in me. I just bought it to hide the weapons.
Oh, okay. No.
Yeah. Then I guess I'll. Well, where can I put? I can still wear my armor. Where can I put this shit so you guys will feel safe?
They escort you to like a kind of a large area where you see that there are a number of lockers, and it encourages you to take a locker, and you'll find robes inside, and you can store anything you like.
I mean, I can still wear. It's the guns that they're scared of, right? I can still wear my armor.
And
They're not
armor.
scared. They don't seem to be scared of the guns. They just don't want you disturbing the other guests with them.
Yeah.
They seem to be fairly comfortable with guns.
I'm sorry. Am I just fucking confused? So do I not need to leave them?
They ask you to leave them.
But I can go in with them if I don't want to. If I wanted to.
They would prefer that you didn't.
Yeah, but
You're
I
not
prefer if I did.
We are asking this guy to do a favor for us. This was not actually bargained out and settled earlier. Can we say that if they told us this before we actually got on carts, we would have left them back at our ship? That's, I think, one of the biggest issues is leaving our weapons here. I mean, go ahead.
So that we have to come back and get them if we need them.
If you like, we can assign one of the brothers to escort your gear in a non-obtrusive way with you.
Sure.
Okay.
I don't mind that.
Good. They disappear while you guys are changing or basically adding robes on top of whatever you're doing.
I will touch up my disguise to make sure that my junk's covered too.
Okay.
I have to okay, I succeed in changing my mind mail to look less obvious, make it more blend in with me,
All right.
and go ahead and robe up.
Okay.
Leave my weapons aside.
I will, however, with my 17 sleight of hand, keep my holdout pistol on me.
All right.
A vanguard is never unarmed.
And I will hand over the heavy plasma because I don't have that grammar.
The brother that they indicated would come for you appears. This one is a burly Vesk type, wearing the diaphanous robes, but it doesn't look like he is as mellow as the other ones. The other ones are very calm. They're very accommodating. This one gives a low kind of hiss, indicating, and bows its head slightly. Anything that you need, place inside the bag. And he pucks a large duffel on the tables near you.
All right. I throw the plasma bolter and the frostbite class 0 pistol into the bag.
That's a nice bolter.
Yes, it is. I also will throw in the S-Talk bayonet.
I put my Thunderstrike and my D-suit armor in the bag.
Very well. Valgorth, what are you doing?
I put my blaster and my sniper rifle in there.
All right. After everyone is deposited their weapon, the Vesk leans over, zips it up, depresses a small button on it, and it looks like it turns into it changes appearances to be sort of like a woven basket, which he slings around his back. Right this way. And the Vesk. Go ahead.
You would be escorting us throughout.
Yes.
Good. We appreciate you taking this duty.
The Vesk steps out of the changing area, followed by you guys, I assume. His thick tail sort of lashes back and forth a couple of times before he gets it under control and begins ambling his way upward across the marble stairs, heading towards the tallest of these combination fantasy castle and cathedrals that seem to be the main buildings on the island. What brings you petitioners today?
We just need assistance with this certain issue. Actually, I wondered, what did we find out from Andy about what who our contact was? And actually, I'll call her over damn comms.
Yeah.
And just go, Andy, who are we supposed to be in contact with here?
You're looking for one of the locals named Cherry Moon.
Oh no.
Anything negative about saying that out in open or asking for directions about this?
No.
Okay.
And one more time, why are we here? We're here for our
Information is inside. Information is inside his brain, which is being stored inside the orb.
Okay. I thought that's what we were, but I was wanting to double check.
So, Cherry Moon, if you don't mind.
Ah, I see. He immediately changes directions after you guys get in the building. He was heading down a long, sort of a glorious, like, archway, cathedral-like entry with lots of columns. Everything is reflective, beautiful stained glass windows. But he turns off to the side to see a more narrow stairway that he begins walking upwards. There's no auto lifts here. Everything seems to be designed to make you exercise as much as possible.
I look for that sign that says maintenance
No. This pathway is just as beautiful, but it's just
Okay.
different than the one before. There are windows all the way up the spiraling staircase, looking out over the island, and you can see people enjoying themselves. They're doing prayers, doing light calisthenics, doing non-competitive sports. Some of them are reveling in the more traditional sense of wine, women, and song, and some of them are reveling in the very physical sense.
So
And
this
you
isn't quite Road to Wellville. That's good.
Oh no. The once you get to the top, maybe about 10 stories up, he exits the spiral staircase onto an upper floor where you see there's a massive window that looks out on either side of a long room. And this appears to look like a little bit more than a cocktail lounge. There's a small like 3-piece band playing soothing, kind of jazzy music.
This is nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of pillows, a lot of people sitting around them. They are both smoking various substances, having drinks, and you see a lot of them seem to be hooked into sim machines. Their eyes are vacant. Some of them have the full helmets and sim suit apparatuses going. Some of them are only lightly plugged in via their own like head ports and things. And at the far end, you see a woman dressed in golden robes compared to everyone else's diaphanous robes sitting at the bar. She's smoking something through a piping. She stubs out quickly and says, come. She urges you all to take seats and pillows around her. Are you my people? Mm-hmm. You have that look about you. Also, you're carrying a big basket of weapons.
Very observant.
So if you are Sherry Moon, we are who you are talking to.
Well, I'm not who you're talking to. I'm just your contact. But I thought I'd give a meet and greet before I threw you to the lions, you know? This woman appears to be half human, and I mean that in a very literal sense. Half of her body appears to be fully organically human. The other half appears to be transparent glass. You see slightly a reflective quality to the interior of the glass, where you can see it might be circuitry and might be something else occasionally glinting in the lights of the big windows. And she stretches for a moment, and you can see her transparent side sort of switch on, kind of. Half her body becomes a star field. One of the other transparent eye fills in with the light of a dying star. She smiles. I assume you know what you're here for, right? You gotta be direct. Do you even know who you're here to see?
Nope.
I asked real quick to Andy, like, do you know exactly who we're supposed to be seeing? And I don't have to actually say this out loud because I have it in set in my brain.
You hear Andy's voice come back to you, but it seems to be disrupted, crackly, something like with minor interference. Alexander, never mind.
Never mind. I will jokingly go, never mind that. So I'm here to see someone called Alex.
She smiles and says, cute, but I have to warn you, and I warn everyone that gets this far. Alexander is temperamental. He built, she points all this off.
Rock and roll?
No. Off obsession. Though you're right, you're half right. He started out as a mere performer, but once he got a big head, it kind of turned into a religion. And the religion turned into another money-making venture, and now the music is the means of the spirituality.
So what do we need to do to see him?
Can I see what you brought?
I'll pull the orb out of the bag.
She looks it over and she steps down and gets a little closer to it, not touching it or anything. And she says, "That's going to be tricky." So, the good news, he's pretty bored.
Well, that is good.
I'm trying to decide whether you should meet him before or after the concert. That's the question.
Well, let me ask you this. Is his interest lie anything with the fantasy, with fantastical worlds? Like, say, like some people play video games, and I'll actually say this out loud. Play video games where they how we cast spells now, it's more so in an olden time where people ride wagons, where everything's more the fairy tale type world.
Yeah.
Ancient Galarian.
Oh, yeah, Galarian. I've heard of that. I guess we all have, but his interests run all over the place. Who knows what he's into today? His interests, I suppose, are mainly in things that are interesting.
He might be interested in a story then.
He might be.
About how we've lived 2 lives within the spell of, 4 weeks?
Well, color me intrigued. She takes another drink and puts it down and looks at you guys and she's like, "Yeah, I think after the concert would be better. When he's nice and relaxed. He's really antsy beforehand. Distracted maybe. We can watch from up here. Have a seat. Have a drink. Order whatever. Your guest here." And if you do as she bids, she basically excuses herself and gets on with whatever she has to do, leaving you guys here in this gorgeous do as thou wilt kind of lounge for hours until it gets evening time, and you can see appearing above outside the big windows, you can see appearing above everything the giant holographic image of a stage. And basically once the lights come on, you see the image of a lean elven man with tan skin and sort of curly black hair. He's got he's not a big man, but he's just got just pure magnetism about him. His band basically appears out of nowhere, just riding itself in the air out of light. There's an explosion of pyrotechnics and holographics, and you guys hear probably some of the most interesting and mind-expanding kind of music that you've probably heard in a long time. And you wonder why this guy isn't on every radio. And the concert goes for maybe an hour or two. And by the end, he's like, "Those are just some compositions I tossed off today. I hope you folks liked them, all right? Y'all have a wonderful, beautiful evening." And everything goes dark again. And soon Cherry Moon is back with you. She's like, "All right, we're ready.
Let's go meet the maestro."
A short walk through the various tabernacles here on the island lead you to probably the most opulent room you've seen yet. All kinds of people here just sort of hanging out, doing your kind of typical post-concert after party. These are people that you recognize from Holovision movies and things like that. Just hanging around, having drinks. You see a few of them are up there around a person holding court at the far end around a mass of pillows. Cherry tells you to hold for a moment as she steps up. She says, I'll do the introductions. Don't worry, I got your names from the contacts. And she disappears into the crowd, which shortly thereafter parts. The little elf gets up next to Cherry, as you can see him. He's wearing basically a loincloth and nothing else except for runny face paint, leftovers from the concert. He smiles beatifically and says, come on up. And everyone else who was around him previously kind of makes themselves scarce. As you guys approach, pillows and chairs and things, whatever is more suited to your body type appears before you, and he sits back down and says, so Cherry here tells me you've got something interesting for me.
And then I pull out my gun and shoot him in the face.
Go.
Just kidding.
I go, I might be able to give you something that's kind of trippy. We seek aid in assisting with a friend of ours, and I will tap the little our globe. And you might want to I can mind link with you and share one of my experiences. I told your friend here that recently we actually had 2 lives. We've experienced 2 lifetimes within the range of 4 weeks.
That's not unusual for a sim experience. What's unusual about it to you?
I think you might find it interesting. I can mind link the experience for you.
Well, I want to see the whole image. Can you mind link them all?
Mind link. I can do it within 10 minutes. I can just give him transfer as much information.
He's like, I assume why you're here is because you know I have the most sophisticated sim rigs on the planet.
That would probably be the reason.
If you're going to tell me the story, I want the whole story. I want the whole life. I want to see it all.
I don't have a problem with that.
Are the rest of you up for that?
Yes, it's fine with me.
Okay. Cool. You see him reach over behind his pillows and press a button, and you guys, the area around his big, like huge pillows conglomeration that he was sitting on begins sinking into the floor out of the side of the party, where you guys are sitting around him, sinks as well. He's like, don't worry about it. It's cool. Everything's cool. Hey, brother. He calls up to the Vesk that was carrying your stuff. He waves it down, and you see the Vesk leap down into the platform with you guys with the bags. Like, just so there's no unchill thoughts.
Right.
You guys settle after a short hum-filled trip downward. The lights switch on, and you see that there are probably some of the most expensive-looking sim rigs you've ever seen in your life. He's like, don't worry, I got an entirely wireless one that I love to use, and good for you, good for us, good for all. We're in it. Go, he says, as you guys feel a jolt of energy, basically just sort of not shock you, nothing painful, but you feel like the whole place fills with like an electrical aura. Like, tell me everything. What do you tell?
I started off with my first life as a Asmir shaman with evilish intents, living in a fantasy world, and I let him experience what I experienced.
All right. Do the rest of you follow suit once you start experiencing kind of like everything from Grimjax's character's point of view? You see Alexander Nevermind looking your way, saying, basically urging you to go. He's like, don't worry, I can multitask. My brain has been juiced to the max.
Yola, you can meet the lady.
All right. So yeah, you guys begin broadcasting, everybody?
Oh yeah, I let him meet Jeb. All incarnations of Jeb.
Okay.
I'm in his face with it too, because Jeb, that's just his guy. From the riding giant bats in the forest to climbing up on people and stabbing them in the neck.
All right. How about you?
Yeah, I can't think of any reason not to.
All right. He experiences the months and months of in-world time that you guys experience as these characters, the dark deeds that you guys did and underwent, all the battles you fought. Some of you died and reincarnate as multiple characters. And then finally, there is a stopping point to the memories. Like for some reason, the memories kind of hitch up, become slideshows, photographs. Once you've disappeared from this world and onto the other world, everything becomes slower, more disjointed, and finally, the memory reel restarts again with the good guy characters from the secondary campaign. Alexander says, and I just switched off and into this. And he goes through all that as well until finally he gets to the very end where you guys are transferred to these other worlds and to this other world where you encounter a person that seems to be intruding on the fantasy from the outside. And you see a smile go across his face. I know that voice. And finally, you get to the point where you're ejected for the thing, but he starts living out the memories of everything you guys have experienced after that as well. So if you guys want to cut him off, you can, or you can let him, because you guys are about to dump a lot of info on him if you don't shut down the transfer.
We can shut it down. I think
Don't want him to know about what we're currently after doing, or the fact that I am, supposed to be dead.
He once the sim memories are transferred over to him, you see him sit there and mull them over for a moment. He brushes hair out of his eyes and says, all right, so what do you need from me exactly?
We need to extract some information from a friend of mine, and I pat the little the globe that was with us at the time. He apparently didn't make it, but he is still here. And I go ding ding onto the metal thing. We need to extract some information from him. And I was just kind of curious if his digital signature still in there. Is there any way to retain him and have him available to discuss, like as maybe a virtual assistant or an artificial intelligence that can be uploaded to a computer? so that if we still wanted to talk to him afterwards, we can continue talking to him.
Oh, that's a lot of requests. Let's see what we have first. May I? He holds out his hands for the globe.
Yep.
He begins to inspect it, and you see him pull a few pieces of equipment basically out of the sky. It just sort of auto-generates as he pulls it down. Holographic versions of tools that seem to be functioning as if they were real tools. And
I'll tell you, he's a technomancer then.
and how he begins looking over them quite vigorous. He's like, ooh, this thing is fragile. Old tech. I'm surprised it was able to keep a consciousness inside of it. It's a good thing you've kept the power on, though. Though it's pretty rare for a consciousness to be not flattened by the experience. Very few consciousness gets transferred from meat space to the dig without just becoming kind of,
Just trigger code.
Info. It's chaotic. It might be able to pretend to be a person for a while, but eventually they reach the limits, and then it will realize what it is, and it will shut down. They tend to retain just enough of themselves to know they're not themselves, That's why immortality through android technology has never been successful. It's so rare that a mind can withstand that kind of transfer. Some sort of extraordinary being would be required. Someone with a will and presence that most don't have. But luckily for you, your friend might be able to do it. I mentioned I recognize the voice. You see him bring up an image. He's like, you recognize this face? And you see what appears to be another Lashunta, this one with a pair of shades and a few facial tattoos. You guys recognize the face, but it wasn't a face that could look back at you. It was the dead Lashunta hacker that was on the floor when you guys first came out of the pods.
Yeah, we recognize him. No longer alive, though.
Oh, that figures. So you guys were getting hacked. Is that what this is?
Yep.
Huh. Well, this is an old associate, Cobrace, but I hadn't seen him in years, and frankly, I was always better than him. But it's important to mourn your friends. Let's have some drinks to Cobrace. Sorry you died like a bitch. Drinks are poured.
If he hadn't tried to hack our brains, he would have probably survived.
You know who he's working for?
Vaguely. Some asshole.
I don't. I'm just curious.
Some asshole named Kreider.
Right.
Think.
That's the assumption.
Sounds like a real asshole.
Yes, he does.
I met a Kreider. Ooh, man, 10 years back.
Seems like a guy who would enjoy Munchkin.
Being a jerk to his friends. Absolutely.
One of them Preskinar guys, right?
Yeah, something along that line.
It was like some kind of press junket. I don't know. This is very weird. I don't know what he wanted out of me, but I couldn't give it to him, and I didn't want to. Thought he was a shithead.
He was. He still is.
He says, so what you're asking for me is to get what you're looking for from this guy out of here. This guy knows something you need to know.
Yes.
Maybe. We would like to, if possible, we would like to continue our association with him.
Well, we'll see what's in there. The best way to see what's in there is, of course, to send you in there.
As a sim.
As a sim.
I kind of figured that.
Don't worry.
It causes less shock.
You'll have me and my technicians, however, monitoring it, so it won't be quite as dangerous for you. But you're still going to have to be able to, doing it out here, doing it with just standard computers. I mean, it's possible. It would take years of programming, years of data analysis, years of things we don't even want to bore ourselves with. What you want is a direct line, direct access, direct interface.
Basically, I want him to kind of realize what happened to us previously in the other lives, and then bring him up to speed of who he really is in this life. So when we start talking about computers and stuff, he already knows about this era. He's not still stuck in the fantasy.
Well, good luck to you on that, and I hope you find what you want. And, I think I've decided to help you. But nothing's free, my friend. I'll need you to do something for me.
What do you need?
Is it jumper cables or is it murder?
Well, I got plenty of cars that work. I'm kidding. I don't need you to murder anyone. What I need.
Oh, we're about to go that. Okay, that's simple.
What I need is something delivered stealthily. Like, it can't be something that I have too many prints on,
Like a bag of crap put on someone's porch, set on fire, kind of stealth.
Yeah. Funny. No. No, I need you to deliver. Well, I don't really want to talk about it now.
All right.
I need you to promise to deliver something for me, and I swear to you, it itself is not dangerous, and where you're going is not dangerous.
Can I ask quickly who the person that we're going to be delivering to, just to make sure it's not going to
conflict with our interests?
Conflict with our, yes. Because so you might have chosen someone very innocent, but we've known some people that are innocent and that would conflict with our interests very much.
All right. I don't know. I assume you guys watched the concert, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I am in a legal squabble about music rights, ownership, broadcast rights, various sundry industry problems. Huge yawn. Big time horse shit. No.
You want us to hang someone out of a window?
Kinda. My lawyers have come up with a package that needs to be delivered to somebody that will get them off my back so that I can release a backlog of 15 albums that I've been sitting on for 5 cycles.
Cease and desist order or something along that line. It's not a bomb by chance. We will still deliver a bomb also.
Noted, but no. No, I need you to sneak up to somebody and make sure they get some legal paperwork.
Another problem. We can do
That
that.
needs to be on the record.
You need us to be process servers.
And it's got to be visibly seen that we're doing so when we hand the paperwork to them.
Yep.
And record it.
Yep.
Not a problem.
Sounds
Well,
fancy.
I say not a problem until we actually find the individual that you need us to deliver this to.
I'll get everything prepared for you. Right now, let's get you reunited with your friend.
Yes, please.
All right. Oh, I assume we're all on board with this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fantastic. I knew Cherry would pull through for me. She's a wonderful gal. He takes the sphere and stands up, marches it to the center of the room, and you see a lot more consoles begin coming out with more traditional, like, insertion chairs or beds and things like that. He's like, this thing is, like I said, fragile, so it won't be a very deep insert. You need to get what you're getting because, honestly, this thing's is on its last legs. In fact, it's lasted this long. What is it? What has it been, like 2 months?
Yeah, roughly.
Miracle. He places it down and begins gently plugging in ports and things, and then waves you over. Says, "Take a seat, take a spot. Find something that fits your comfort zone."
Move over.
Is there like a fun futon?
Oh yeah, there's futons. There's all kind of soft bedding. You know, just
I said, is there a fun futon?
there is a fun futon. It is shaped like a cat that is also a bus.
Duh.
I'm gonna find the massage chair where it says like.
Oh, you want the rumble pack? That's over there. So yeah, he sits you down, or you guys all sit down. He says, just get whatever gear on, according to the instructions, usually printed somewhere near. Well, you know, you've done this before. You've been in a sim. You remember that, right? All right.
No.
Help comes over to get you guys attached if you don't know how. If it looks like you're having trouble. Just more of these strange, weird cultist types that he has hanging around the area. And he says, "Okay, are we ready to blast off? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. The world goes dark. And you guys feel yourselves awaken. The sky above you is black and gloomy, and the ground below you is shattered stone, broken sticks. There's devastation everywhere. Next session. Pick up from there.
Next session.
No, next section, we're gonna play Pathfinder again. Straight your
Yeah.
A virtual apocalypse.
Back to our good characters. Yay.
Wrong.
No, but I want to bop things with my lucerne again.
Babies rain from the sky above.
Werewolf
Yeah, just
babies.
whirlwinding your lucerne around. I didn't know babies can be so loud.
All right. Toger, take us home.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. I believe if you're still here, you're going to come back next week. And you probably already know what our website is. www.homebrewdetritus.com.
I want more W's next time.
And don't stop smoking stuff because that's the only way you can listen to us.
Jeff's non-specific stuff. Don't stop smoking stuff. It could be weed, cigarettes, pork butts. It doesn't matter.
Catnip.
You should just be smoking something.
Always be smoking.
All right, I'm gonna go make sloppy joes. Bye.
Hey, bye.
Hey, everybody.
Bye.